Okay, hello everyone. I would like to welcome you to the third annual Sozosei Summit to Decriminalize Mental Illness. I'm Tarek Rabah, and I am the president and CEO of Otsuka Pharmaceuticals North America. I'm also a proud member of the board of directors of the Sozosei Foundation. I'm honored to welcome both our in-person audience, but also those who are joining us virtually. The Sozosei Foundation was established in 2019 as a philanthropic arm of Otsuka with the mission to be a catalyst for ideas that nurture creative solutions for healthier communities. The foundation's primary focus is to eliminate the use of jails and prisons for the diagnosis and treatment of mental illness by improving access to mental health care in communities across the nation. In addition to its focus on decriminalization of mental illness, the Sozosei Foundation supports efforts to build resilient, healthy, and vibrant communities in Stockton, California, Baltimore, Maryland, and in Camden, Newark, Patterson, and Trenton, New Jersey. It also supports and engages in disaster relief and recovery in places around the world where Otsuka is present. The Sozosei Foundation, in its short history, has already gained recognition in the field as an innovative, creative, and impactful philanthropic entity. As a corporate foundation of Otsuka, it emulates the company's core values. It is a living embodiment of the company's commitment to defy limitations so that others can do. The foundation is a trust-based funder centered on equity, dedicated to those with lived experience, and humbled by the powerful work of our grantees. Many of our grantee partners are actually joining us at the summit. On behalf of Otsuka, the Sozosei Foundation, and myself, I would like to thank all of our grantee partners, and I would like to thank you and your organizations and what we are doing in decriminalization of mental health. Tomorrow morning at breakfast, I hope those who are attending in person will learn more about the impactful work of our grantee partners at Coffee and Conversation, ideas from grantee partners across the nation. And for those attending virtually, you will have the chance to read about our grantees in the Summit app or by visiting the Sozosei Foundation website. Thank you again for joining us today and for all your individual and collective efforts to decriminalize mental illness. I am honored now to introduce my friend, Dr. Bill Carson, the chair of the Sozosei Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Tarek. I will just for a moment not go to the written word I have here, but I'm so glad to see everybody in the room. I am thrilled that we're able to convene this year. I'm so pleased to welcome all of you. My name is Bill Carson. I'm the chair of the Sozosei Foundation. The concept for this summit was born when Otsuka launched the foundation in 2019. At that time, we envisioned building a big tent where people from across the globe with diverse experiences and a range of perspectives could come together and build a world where mental illness is not a crime. We believed and continue to believe that together with fresh perspectives and many voices, we can accelerate the solutions. Today, as we begin our third summit, I want to thank all of you for helping us bring this vision to life. We have indeed built a big tent and have moved forward on many fronts in our collective work to decriminalize mental illness. We see new and increased federal funding for mental health care in communities, innovative programs breaking barriers to accessing care, and arts and communications inspiring us to think differently. However, these positive developments do not blind us from the work that remains to be done. And as we continue to undertake our collective and individual efforts, I'd like to reflect upon some themes that have emerged from our first two summits that you may wish to keep in your mind during the next few days. These are: there's a need for more data, better research, and agreed upon standards in order for us to determine what is essential in order to decriminalize mental illness. Peers, those with lived experiences, members of the global majority, must be central to the design and implementation of scalable solutions. Our North Star must be improved access to integrated health care where evidence-based treatment for mental illness is on par with all other forms of illnesses. Discrimination against people with mental illnesses and the stigmatization of the practice of psychiatry must end. Systematic racism and misogyny are pervasive and must be addressed to ensure equitable access to care. With these observations as backdrop, I'll remind everyone that as a foundation, we remain agnostic to solutions. We are eager to amplify promising practices, elevate data-driven programs, and create, through convenings like the summit, fertile soil into which we can all dig, grow, and cultivate the future we wish to build, one where mental illness is not a crime. Thank you for joining us. I now have the pleasure of introducing Melissa Beck, Sozosei Foundation's Executive Director.
Well, hello, everyone. It is just a pleasure to be here. As Bill said, I'm Melissa Beck, the Executive Director of the Sozosei Foundation. I am the inaugural Executive Director of Sozosei, and so I hope you will give me a moment to reflect upon my tenure and how it relates to this marvelous event. So I joined the foundation in June of 2020, and those of you who have been with us every year know that our first summit happened 6 months later, virtually, during COVID. And it was a very exciting opportunity because it helped to level set some of the themes that Bill mentioned and some themes that I have observed. We've developed this summit in light of those themes, but also with something really important, which is the voices of everyone in this room. So I want to thank you for your input for past summits, past events, how we are as grant makers, but we're going to be asking for your input throughout today. And so please take time, I know it's a lot to ask, to give us feedback as we go along and when the event is over. So again, adding on the themes that Bill brought up from the last 3 years, the themes that I've recognized are creativity. And I hope everyone in this room knows that Sozosei means creativity in Japanese. We are gathered with great purpose here in PAFA. We have opportunities to engage in art. I hope everybody has, hold on, I think I have it here as a prop. Indeed, I do. In your tote bag, you should have received your art kit. It has colored pencils and tiles because we're making a mural together this year as we did last. The next theme for me is that curiosity matters. Bill's referenced that we still need more data. Well, if you're really a curious person, you're looking for data, you're looking for research, and you're using that information not to stay grounded in your space, but to think differently and do differently. And in order to do that, and that's the third theme, it's collaboration, right? We go further together and we go faster together. But that also means that we may have times where we don't see eye to eye and we might disagree. And disagreement right now in 2022 can get intense quick. And so I think one of the things that has inspired me as executive director, and at this summit in particular, is back to this theme of collaboration, and that it's a space to move forward, to ask one another questions with respect and inquiry, and to really be joyful as we talk. Again, we don't always need to agree, but we need to be sharing our thoughts and opinions with one another. So let's talk about how to do that and how we want to honor our time together. So for us, I think one of the things that means is that we're all here bringing our best selves, which includes your most creative self, and that you are asking yourselves where you've been as part of this audience, both virtually and in person. Have you asked enough questions? Are you listening hard enough to your colleagues and friends? And with that in mind, right, we're trying to inspire conversation. We have to limit that, right, because time matters. Everyone is so busy these days, and we recognize the time that you've taken out of your schedules to be with us, and we're honored that you've chosen to do so. So we're going to try to stick to our agenda. I just stole a look to see that I have ample time, but we'll be doing that throughout. And again, that's not to cause us to stop in our tracks. That's not to stifle creativity or discussion. It's really to be respectful and give us a framework for discussions. So I am really grateful to everyone for giving us the gift of honoring our community. Back to creativity, right? Today, again, we are going to be making a mural. What I'm showing you is our mural from last year. I love this. I love art. I love this mural, and I love making art with other people. So again, take the time, use your art kit, and enjoy it. We're going to have lots of opportunities to look at art. There's a special tour of the galleries here at PAFA. You heard from Eric Pryor that this is the nation's oldest art school and oldest museum. Enjoy that. It's really rich. And tonight we're going to be eating dinner at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and some of the galleries will be open. So take some time. Don't feel rushed. Someone will keep your food warm. Look at the art. Take your time. Again, have a really wonderful time doing so. So who do we make this mural with? We make this with our fabulous grantee partners at Mural Arts Philadelphia. You'll find them on the second floor where we eat. They're towards the windows, and there's lots of artists and participants there, just tons of creativity. We love music at Sozosei, and the playlist, once again, for the summit has been curated by our grantee partner, Sound Mind Live. Some of you might have attended the Sound Mind Live concert in Central Park this summer. Sound Mind Live works to decriminalize mental illness through the power of song. And finally, of course, and you see her here on stage today, we have the ever-talented Julia Reich of Stone Soup Creative as Sozosei's graphic artist in residence. Thank you so much, Julia. Now to housekeeping. The first thing that is important to note, again, is that all of these wonderful people on the slide before you are our speakers at the summit today. To find out more about the speakers and everyone in this audience and at home virtually, you need the Whova app. It's on your smartphone, it's on your laptop. You'll see there's a code here. If you haven't taken a moment to download it, please do, because it is our compass. Things move quickly. We might pivot and change. You'll get notifications through Whova, and excitingly, you can provide us with feedback through Whova. I would be remiss to not say thank you to a number of people before we begin. The first group of people I'd like to thank are incredible Otsuka people who volunteer for the Sozosei Foundation. Remarkably, they are all standing behind you proudly in their white lanyards. Thank you so much, Otsuka people. We're very grateful to you for your time and your talent that you give to us. Of course, many thanks to Bill and to Tarek and to Mary Michael, our other board member who you'll hear from tomorrow, and the amazing team that helped put these 3 days together. If you need any help during the summit, any questions, concerns, logistics, the registration desk stays open. The volunteers are wearing white lanyards, and you can ask them anything. Most of all, I want you all to hear the gratitude again to all of you for being here with us in person and virtually.